therapist extraordinaire. If you weren't with us a few minutes ago. Oh, hi, Eli.
Hey, Terry.
Good to see you, brother. You work for U of L School, Kent School of Social Work, and they do offer family therapy.
Couple and family therapy program. You can go to my website, which is just Eli Karam, ELIKARAM.com, and we have some low-cost couple and family therapy on Monday and Tuesday nights, conducted by the therapist in training, couple and family therapist in training at the Kent School. So it's a good deal if you're...
What's the number one thing couples still argue about first?
Money and then sex, and then household labor and in-laws.
And do those
sometimes they argue during
different
sex.
times of the year?
That's a double.
Right. All right. Earlier, you posed the question, what about sending out something, what did you call it, electronic?
When e-venting. So when e-venting becomes an event in the sense that you send out an angry message that at the time felt good, but when you reread that thing, all of us can probably close our eyes and think back to a time we sent out an angry email or even a text to a coworker or a friend, and then we read that thing later. We cringe, we're embarrassed, and sometimes it can really damage relationships, both personal and professional. So let's talk today. How can you repair that if you've done that? First of all, Terry, could you, because you get a lot of email. You ever react negatively when you get some of these angry messages?
No, I usually answer in kind, and that is at the same level without the curse words.
Yeah,
because always that stuff always makes you look stupid. I was taught a long time ago by someone, even though I still violate this, but when you use a curse word, you just make yourself look less intelligent.
Correct.
Because you couldn't find a better word, and people think, "Oh no, it empowers me, and that's the feeling I feel." And so, but when you use better words, people say, "Oh,
right." So
got game.
Exactly. So one thing, I'm thinking when you do this, first of all, you have to, before you sit down to write the thing, what is the intent? Whether it be, again, a coworker or a friend, someone that's upset you, what intent do you want to get out of that message? Is your intent to clarify something? Is it to make them feel the way you feel? But reality is, if you send something when you are old things, either you're angry, you're too tired, don't send any. You can tell the email receipts. Don't send any emails in the middle of the night. Those usually don't turn out well. When you're either angry right after an event, and the thing with technology now, whereas before, sit and handwrite a letter or put a letter in the mail or call someone up, you can hit send while you're still fired up, angry, and it can have really negative ramifications.
Hey, you got to calm down, take a breath,
right?
Think it through. And you're right. If you write a letter and then later you thought, oh, I will send that when I'm ready. Or the next day you wake up and there it is already sealed. You can still say, you know what, maybe that wasn't
and it's a natural, idea. We have this fight or flight response when we feel threatened or something happens, and we have the keyboard courage. We sit behind the computer or text something out. But really when you do that, especially if you're feeling, when you read it back later, you've gone over the top, I got some tips. Well, first of all, to stop this e-venting, it's really good to save something as a draft. Now, another way is to write it by hand and then sit on it. And
if that takes too long. What world are you living in?
Well, yeah, people, when's the last time you handwritten a letter? But this idea of not hitting send right away and sitting on it, general rule of thumb, 12 to 24 hours. If you still feel the same way, then maybe you can send it. Or everybody needs a trusted proofreader. My wife is my proofreader. And I'm not talking just for grammatical errors. I'm talking about if you let someone that knows you pretty well read through it, they can see it with a fresh set of eyes.
Intent, clarity, they help you with that sort of thing.
Yeah, and they can
or maybe soften. My wife will say to me sometimes, soften it.
Soften it.
Yes.
Soften a lot.
So it's good to have a concierge.
Definitely, for sure. And, it's also important to, if this can be done face-to-face, or if an email, sometimes people feel pressed to respond. You say, I've received your message, I'm working on a response, or better yet, I'd like to talk about it face-to-face. And when we talk about repair after one of these things, the best thing you could do to repair after an angry text or message is don't explain it away. Don't say, well, what I really meant to say, or, no,
you're
apologize.
Just making it worse.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're digging the hole deeper, apologize.
Exactly.
Look them in the eye and say, you know what, I was a jerk, I shouldn't have done that.
Don't say that wasn't really me.
All right, sit tight. I got a question I got to ask you about parenting coming up here in a moment.
Got it.
All right, we'll close out in a minute here with Dr. Eli Karam. His website is elikaram.com. It's Karam.